The aria goes to...
The aria goes to...
Delta Goodrem.
Delta Goodrem.
Delta Goodrem.
Merrick Rosso chatting with Delta Goodrem.
Thanks for coming in.
That's all right.
What have you done with the ARIA Awards? Where are they?
They're on the piano. Just in a row, they look like a bunch of lethal weapons.
Do you get angry when people move them around? Do they have a certain place why they have
They're
to
kind of set, but no, I
Yeah.
don't mind. Everyone seems to just go over and pick them up. And
Yeah,
So you've just got an upright, do you? I thought you'd have a grand or something.
no, it's a grand.
Oh, right,
It's
so you
just
had
that
the
it's flat,
lid,
overly
right.
downwards down.
Yeah, she's not on a pianola in a bar
Well,
in
you
a
know.
Western movie. There's no sheet music with Delta.
What is the difference when you put the lid up and have it down? What's it
It's
just?
the resonance, just the sound of it. Just it's kind of more closed, and you kind of keep it really quiet and intimate. But if you have the lid up, it just resonates around the house a bit better.
Are you allowed to have it up? You know,
Yes.
People get it.
Actually, it's good because where I have my piano, there's sort of nobody can kind of hear it around the neighbourhood. Oh, they can hear it through the windows, of course, but it's a pretty quiet little area. So
Delta, have you ever had complaints for your music? You know, like with neighbours or anything?
with neighbours?
Yeah, if they ever complain, it's going, tell Delta to keep it down.
They're all pretty like, oh, is that a new song you're playing at the moment?
Oh.
Do you ever hear them sing? Say you're playing Predictable or something, and you hear your neighbours singing over the fence?
Sometimes I hear my neighbours kind of playing, especially the ones on the right, they tend to play the radio all the time, and sometimes I'll hear my song come on and it's full ball across there.
Oh, that's weird.
Do you think they maybe turn up the volume when it's your song just so you go, take this, Delta, we hear you all the time. Now you can hear yourself in stereo.
I think they turn it down. It's like, we're not really listening to you.
It must be really weird, if you're in the same area you've been in for years, and then all of a sudden, you have like such a massive profile lift as a person, and you're working in music and in television as well, and then your neighbours, but you've known them for years.
Yeah.
Do they start treating you differently?
No, I've got a really good neighbourhood actually. I mean, we had new people move in, so I haven't really had much to do with them. But the rest of the neighbourhood's been completely awesome. I've got my Uncle George next door, and I've got my Auntie Jan up the road. So it's
and
kinda
Harold,
yeah, exactly.
of course.
So, well, I live in a cul-de-sac, so funny you say that. And it's like my own little episode because I've got Jan. She always makes cookies. Bless her, I love her cookies. She's the best cookies in the world. And then we've got my Uncle George, and we'll go over and visit him and have dinner
then
sometimes.
just pop down to Lassiter's for a little while if you need
Exactly.
to. Yeah.
A coffee shop around the corner.
Have you been at any stage embarrassed when you've heard your song somewhere where you've been and you're sort of having a conversation with someone and then you just go, oh God, that's me on the radio again?
No, because I didn't get to hear it that often because I tend to be working all the time that I didn't get to actually hear it on the radio all the time. So when I was in somewhere and I'd hear the song played, I'd be like, oh my goodness, hang on a second, listen, like it's in the shot, so and I get really excited, but I still get excited about it. Don't get embarrassed because I work really hard to sort of get it on there, and I know lots of people would love to get their music on the radio, so I'm really appreciative that it's on there.
I was thinking more to the point like you just going, oh, everyone sort of suddenly, you walk into a shop and then it's your
Oh,
song.
sometimes on the
and you just go-
plane
and then,
that happens.
Yeah, and everyone go, oh, hang on,
Oh,
that's me.
really?
On
On
the
the
plane, and you're
plane?
sitting
Yeah.
there, it's like there's about 10 screens along there, and there's like just I remember like one particular time, like Lost Without You had just come out, so it was the second single, and I was sitting on the plane, and the person next to me was just saying, so what are you doing? We're having a good old chat, and I say, oh, my
God.
music. I said, oh, actually, that's my clip, and then and slowly all the heads start to turn around, and they sort of look back.
But it's not just music. I mean, you're on so many magazine covers. How do you go into a newsagent now?
I don't know. I just sort of sometimes do. Sometimes
Yeah?
I don't really.
Do you ever
read it that much.
pick up any of the magazines and read stories about you?
I do sometimes. I kind of check out what am I doing this week, or what's been going on in the world.
What about, those fuzzy paparazzi shots? Is it weird to see yourself in those?
It's kind of a bit strange. They look a bit surreal to me too. They sort of look a bit disconnected. And
It always looks like you're on the run, and it's funny because particularly with overseas photos, you get.
Well, my ones in particular.
It's
or...
like Delta's on the run again.
We almost had a paparazzi photo of Merrick and I.
Did you?
In
I can
Bondi.
organise it.
Almost once. And the guy took a photo and sent it to the papers, but it was...
Saying, Merrick Rosso spotted in Bondi.
Really?
Unfortunately, it was Rosso with one of our mates who is about half my size and twice as good looking. And they're just going, God, he's really shaped up.
And they emailed it to the paper, and the paper just went, I don't think so.
Merrick's much fatter than that.
I don't think so.
Stick around, there's more with Merrick Rosso on Delta next.
The aria goes to...
The aria goes to...
Delta Goodrem.
Delta Goodrem.
Delta Goodrem.
Merrick Rosso chatting with Delta Goodrem.
Delta, I want to ask you, because I forgot about it until today. But I've seen the braces, the clear braces.
Yes.
And we talked about them when you first got them. We went, oh my God, Delta's yet another person who's gone off and got sort of later in life braces.
It's
as
a
opposed to
celebrity
getting them
trend.
today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's trendy.
Tom's
Tom
done
Cruise.
It's fun actually because due to some of the treatment, my gums had got really sore and started to do funny things. So I said, let's put on some braces and make sure they don't move and just keep them still. So that's the reasoning for having them. I'm actually getting them off this afternoon.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm extremely excited.
Oh, let's take a photo now then.
Have you had any embarrassing moments with getting food stuck in your teeth and, not
that I
realising
know
it
of.
and
Like-
getting photos taken?
No one's told me.
You're walking around with half a jar of pesto on your teeth and you think you're fine. Just crack pepper all over the place.
No,
You go,
I've been quite self-conscious actually, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. They'll be off this afternoon.
So that wasn't very long then. How long did you have them on for?
4 or 5 months.
Oh, that's easy. My brother had them on for about 4 years.
Oh,
Back in the old days, though. But
In the old days too, when they were all made of barbed wire. Delta years ago.
Really? Really?
Just barbed
Back in the
wire.
old day?
Back in the old days, yeah, and
You're extremely old.
yeah. And a blacksmith. Oh, Blackie Blacksmith used to put them on your teeth.